morning, everybody. This is Colleen Light, and for those of you that join me every Thursday morning at 9 a.m. Pacific Standard Time, I am bringing you another live tutorial, and this time we're going to try a shaker card. Now, I'm a little shaky trying this because I haven't made very many of them, but I figure we can trial and error together. Anyway, my website is Cards by Coco. I'm going to flip the camera around. We're going to be using the Rainbow of Happiness bundle today. I'm hoping this card turns out cute. Oh, good morning, Tammy. So anyway, we'll give it a whirl. I'll show you some samples. We'll give it a whirl. And thanks again for joining me. I'm going to flip the camera around. Sorry, I am popping on a little bit late. Not as bad as it is sometimes, but unfortunately, that little puppy of mine was about ready to have a nervous breakdown. So I had to calm her down and bring her on up here with me. So hopefully she's not too distracting, biting at my feet. You know, she's at that age. What can you do, right? Oh, and can you hear her? There she goes. Yep. She's like, I'm here, Mom. I'm right here. Pay attention to me. So anyway, let's kind of get you centered here. This is the bundle we're going to be working with. This is the Rainbow of Happiness. This is the Rainbow of Happiness bundle. So I'm pretty excited to let you know that this is number one, not only a great stamp set, but it's also retiring. You know, we have our last chance products going on now. So hang on just a sec. Okay. We have our last chance product sale going on right now. So take a peek at this set if it's something you're interested in. Let me show you the dies that come with it. These are the Brilliant Rainbow dies. And they are amazing. So this is the one we're going to be using today. I've already pretty much pre-die cut everything, so we're going to just be assembling. And so those of you who don't follow me regularly, our puppy is now about 20 weeks old, and her name is Lucy. And she's about as cute as they come, but she is an equal amounts ornery because she's a lab puppy, so you can only imagine, right? As she is adorable. So, you know, it's just how it goes. Some days things work out and some days they don't. So I'm trying to bring you up on my laptop to see if I can get any comments on. I'm looking at the top of my phone. Hopefully I'm in screen okay. All right, so other piece of housekeeping is we had a winner last week for this awesome otters. May was my stamping anniversary. So I did a prize giveaway every week for the month of May. And congratulations to Charlene Mainland. Just if you're watching, just IM me, private message me your address, and I will get this fabulous stamp set off to you. Okay, so let's get busy here. I'm going to show you some samples I've made using this set. And then we're going to go ahead and get busy trying to make one. You know, guys, it doesn't look like... So, funny story. I always say, you know, guys, and it's because I have twins. And when they were... And they're identical. And when my granddaughter was little, she called them the guys. And it just became something everyone in our house says is guys all the time. So anyway, hopefully you're in camera and the lighting's not too bad. I'm kind of trying to change my orientation a little bit. And let's see here. Oh, Mary Ellen, sunny California. That sounds nice. I'm going on a girls trip next week to LA. We're going to, it's a friend of mine's 60th birthday, and we are going to go to Universal Studios. So I am pretty excited about that. Anywho, so... These are some of the samples I've made. This I actually just made as kind of a good luck card, and I think I've shown this one before. Just a simple hello, and it was around St. Patrick's Day, so I used all the greens. And then this one I used an embossing folder and just cut out some strips from some designer series paper. So you can see how versatile this set is. And this was my practice shaker cards. Let me see. Which I unfortunately did get some of my little shakery stuff in there, my gems stuck to the side, so it's not as shaky as it could be, but I figured if I tried to take it apart, it would be a hot mess. So I decided to, it's funny, Mary Ellen, you're still in Montana, so you're probably still having some chilly weather also. Anyway, so it's supposed to shake everywhere, but this was kind of my first one, so we're going to make the second one together, and we'll see how it goes. So we're going to be doing a note card, because note cards are my favorite. So we're going to be making a little note card, and I have a bunch of stuff already done. These are all my parts and pieces here. Let's see here. I love the Absolute Glimmer. What is this? What is this paper I'm using? It is a 2022-2024 in color 6x6 glimmer paper. I'm not one to do a hard sell ever. I just like to show products and bounce online. But I have to tell you, if you like a little bit of glittery look that doesn't shake off and, make a mess everywhere, this is really the paper for you. This is just, and of course, my favorite is Parakeet Party. But anywho, this is really just a great, great paper. And I've already just plowing through mine, and I'm going to have to order some more. So let me see. I had the dimensions written out for this. Let's see if I can grab them. I'm going to put them in camera for you. I always blog everything by the end of the day. But if you want to screenshot the dimensions, there they are. So for our base, we're using thick basic white, and so it is 5 inches by 7 inches across, and we're scoring this at 3.5. So we're just going to give this a little fold here. I also love the Tahitian Tide, which is one of our end colors. This is cut at 3 3/8 by 4 7/8. And then this is actually our top layer. I don't think it's centered exactly, but it's close as I was going to get it. I didn't take the time to measure everything. By the time I put the clouds on there and everything, I'm thinking we're not going to notice. So anyway, for this very top layer, it is 3 1/4 by 4 3/4, and I have 2 pieces of window sheet cut. And they're both at 2.5 by 3 1/8 inch. So I'm going to set my window sheets aside here because that is the one thing I really don't want to misplace. I'm down to the very end, and it's coming in my order that should be here tomorrow. So I had planned on doing this, and then I thought, oh my gosh, I'm down to the very tail end. But here's the cheat that I'm going to give you. A lot of our photopolymer stamp sets come with that cover, the extra piece in it. Because once you put your stamps, let me see here. So like once you put, and this is a mess because I've been working with it. So once you put your stamps and you tap them here, usually they come in 2 pieces of plastic, and one of them is just like a window sheet. So you can always cut that down in a pinch. So just don't throw your things away. Go ahead and stash them away somewhere. You just never know when you're going to need them. So I'm going to find just a little glue dot here because I want to put this, I'm going to put it in between my fingers because I don't really want it sticky, but I do want this centered here because I'm going to show you how I'm going to make sure we get everything lined up appropriately. So we're going to start like this. Sorry, if this is moving too much, I can always tape it down. And I want to line this up here so we have even borders all the way around. Let me grab that Scotch tape if I can find it and tape that down. It's among the missing, never mind. Anyway, here it is, just saw it. This way I won't make you dizzy when I'm moving around. And then I cut all of these wonderful parts and pieces with this die. This is how they come out. So I just used every color, and so I can actually make 4 different cards, the same card 4 times using these little cutouts, the little die cuts. So I think that's good. It is here. It is, Tammy. It is nice here in Southwest Washington today, isn't it? I'm hoping I can get out there and do some gardening later. Kind of clean up that yard a little bit. Oh, these are just the white ones. Those were the remnants. So anywho, so then we're just going to go down. So I always like to just go kind of start with my darker one. And I'm going to glue this down using just my regular glue here. And I need looking for my silicone sheet, which is underneath the laptop. There we go. My goodness. And I'm going to put some here. And I'm going to use because I was big into quilling for a long time. So I always have toothpicks in my craft room. And I also have my tweezers. And I'm going to just hold on to this so I don't become a gluey mess. And I'm just going to gently tap my glue because I don't want a mess here with this. Now, some of you who are better with the liquid glue, you could probably just run it right down here, but I am not going to. I'm just going to put some little dots here, and then I'm going to turn this so I can see. So basically, our top layer is our template, and I'm going to place this right here, like that. So there we go. Perfect. And just kind of wiggle it around. So this Tahitian tide is beautiful. Oh, that one's too big. This is the size I think I want. Yep. So this is kind of the tedious part here, is getting all these little parts and pieces in. That being said, I really think these shaker cards are super nice and they're kind of fun. If you are giving them to kids, though, I always worry about choking hazard. So I'm going to show you how to make sure your seams line up before we put our little bits in, because they do have a big wow factor for kids, right? Kids like everything that shake, but we want to just make sure that everything is sealed properly. So there we go with that one. Okay, then I'm going to come in with my strawberry sorbet. And we're going to do this one. Oh, not strawberry, sweet sorbet. I knew I was saying that wrong. And we're going to pick this one up. I'm going to grab my tweezers again. So, a little bit in the Stampin' Up news. Our new mini catalog and another celebration will be starting soon. We're wrapping up the current mini catalog the end of this month. So check out those last chance products if you're looking for a good deal. The other good deal is the kit collection. They're buy one, get one 50% off through the end of June. I actually love kits. Clearly make a bunch of cards that you design and whatnot. But honestly, I do a lot of camping. And I want to scooch this one over a little bit. There we go. Nice thing about the liquid glue is it gives you a little bit of play. I do a lot of camping and things along those lines. And so the kits come in super handy for me to do that with. So they're buy one and then get the second one 50% off through the end of June. And we've got a new mini catalog and new celebration. So if you don't have a demonstrator and you need a catalog, or you just would like one, give me a shout out and I'll make sure we get you one. So look at that. You can already see our card is coming together. So let's see here. I'm going to pop this off. That's why we're going to make sure gently that nothing is stuck, and we'll take those glue dots off. This is when I'm going to put my sentiment on. Before I do anything else, I want to grab my sentiment, and the one I grabbed, let me see here. Let me move this out of my way. I don't want it to fall. The one I grabbed was the You Make Me Happy. So I'm going to line this up here, hopefully in screen. If not, somebody give me a shout out. I'm really paying attention to this card today, so I have to say I am not watching the comments as closely as I would like to. Move that out of the way. I've got my Tahitian tied here, and we're going to put this right down here. Let me give this a little press. Perfect. And let's see if we can get this lined up first go around. I hope so, because this is not going to be an easy card to turn around. Ta-da! I like that. That looks good. And I think we are going to grab some twine to put down there also when we're all done. So let me grab that real quick. Grab my twine here. My in-color twine is coming in the box that'll be here tomorrow. So I think it would look better with that. All right, so now on to the fancy business at hand, window sheets. Again, we want this to stick really well. You could use your Stampin' Seal Plus. Some people, I've seen it done with liquid glue. I'm actually going to use tear and tape just because that's the easiest for me to work with. These have a tendency to get somewhat staticky and to get some dust on them. So I grabbed one. What is this? A Swiffer? Is that what brand this is? It's a Swiffer, I think. And believe it or not, I actually love to dust, so I have a gazillion of these in my house. So I'm gonna go ahead and do this just to make sure that I have a good look to it. And now I'm going to take my tear and tape and I am going to just go along the corners. And again, this measured at 2.5 by 3 1/8. And I'm going to go right along the edges here. Give that a little press. I want to make sure, see, because you want to make sure it hits your ends and not your rainbow. So that's why I made mine a little larger. So this one I have to have really close to the edge. So let me do that. I want to get it as close to the edge as I can because that was kind of a tight fit, just the way the rainbow fit on our card here. But you can see that's going to work out fine as long as I scooch it over a little bit. And I can always trim off that end if needed. And then we're going to run this one across the top here. And I'm just kind of eyeballing it. Take that off. And we're going to do the same here. So I must have watched so many YouTube videos in the last week. I've wanted to make these shaker cards forever and have just been somewhat intimidated by them. Do you guys have any type of thing that intimidates you with the card making that you're just like, I'm just not sure I can do that? It's kind of where I've been with these shaker cards. Like, oh, they're so cute. I just love them, but I just wasn't sure that I was going to be able to do it. So I guess we'll know by the end of this video how it turns out. Let's see here. It's very sticky. And normally I make pretty quick cards. You know, I think I've mentioned a bunch of times before that I really am a very simple stamper. So this is slightly out of my comfort zone, but I think it'll be cute. Or else I hope it'll be cute. All right, let's see here. We're going to get this as close to the edge as we can. We don't want any glue on anything. This looks a sight, doesn't it? It just looks like a hot mess here, but that's okay because we are going to cover that up. Let me grab my big scissors. I have just a little bit there, not much. Here, I'll just grab my snips. Not too much there on the side, but I do want to take that little bit off. It's a little sharp, the ends of this, so I'm just going to make sure that I clip that down. There we go. Let's see here. Oh, and good. I did not get any of my cardstock, so that's always a good thing too, huh? All right. Little snip, snip. Hope I don't get my finger. There we go. Ta-da! I think we're okay. So now for the fun part, we're gonna really get busy here. These are the foam adhesive strips. So when you lift it off here, ta-da, it just comes off in this wonderfully long strip. And we are going to get this close to the edge, but not going, oops, let's pick this up, but not going in. So just around our rainbow. The fun thing with this is you get to use all of your retired embellishments. If you don't have the latest in stock and you have stuff sitting around, and this is what I mean. So you want to make sure that these, I'm going to see, let me see if you can see here. This needs to go right up against each other to make sure you have a good seal, just like that. I'm going to snip this piece off, and you take this off first because we're going to get our embellishments. And I have a bunch here that are long retired. I want to say this iridescent sequin assortment is from like 2018 or 19. I have all of these flowers for every season gems, and I still have my woven thread sequin assortment. And I just think these work great. Just use up your things. And I think I'm going to go ahead and go with this, with the iridescent one. I think that'll match really well. And it's a shaker card. I think anything would match really well. So you could use, if you had any glitter, you could put your glitter in here. Let me see here. I don't want to do that. See? Look what I'm doing. I'm already sticking things. I want to put this on my base because I want to make sure I line this up appropriately. So I think I'm going to put my sequins here. I haven't seen it done this way, but I think for me, it will make it easier. I think I will get things lined up better. So that's quite a few sequins. I think everyone says less is more. I'm not really sure in a shaker card that it is. I think that'll be cute. I think that's just the right amount for me. And then we're going to be very careful because I want all of these in the center. I'm going to use my bone folder. You can see they're starting to escape. They are very staticky. So the minute I put this window sheet on, it is going to, oh, you know, I forgot to put this other piece on. How about if we finish this off and we go like this? No, I don't want to do that. Nope, I forgot to just take my window. Sorry, we're going to back up a little bit. I want to take these and run them down the side. These are going, you could use your dimensionals, but these actually are all the same height. So I'm going to use this. I told you, we're gonna be learning together. And go like that. I've seen it done both ways. I've seen it where they have used two different pieces of window sheet to cover up. And then I've seen it where they just put this on the DSP. And I think that's the way that works the easiest for me. I've done it, my practice ones have been both ways. And I think this is the way that works easiest for me. And I don't know what would work, what you think would work well for you. All right, and I'm gonna, because I don't want it, I'm adding a little bit more here because I don't want my card collapsing. I mail all my stuff. So we're gonna see if this works. We might have needed that piece of window sheet there. That might have been the right direction. I say we give this a whirl and see if it works because I've committed now. So we're gonna go ahead and move ahead. And if it doesn't work, you know, I'm just not gonna put it on YouTube and we'll all learn something new today. I crack myself up. Anyway, all right, let's give this a try. What do you think? Should we try and line it up? Let's see here. Can we do it? Oh, I think it's gonna work. Let's see. Yay! Look at that. It did work and it's all holding together. Well, that's pretty exciting. So that's exciting. So now we're going to just adhere this to the front. And then I'm going to kind of try, let me see. I know I had wanted to put a ribbon on here, and I didn't because I got sidetracked. And I don't know how this would look wrapped around both pieces. I think it might be too bulky. I don't know. Do you think that'd be too bulky? Maybe not. All right, somebody give me a shout out. Do we want to use the twine or not? Should we wrap it around or not? I'm trying to decide. Is that going to make it look too bulky? I can't decide. I think it might be too bulky. Twine, you think twine, Tammy? Okay, let's do it. Let's do the twine. Okay, so I'm going to grab my Stampin' Seal. And, oh, and my other news is I've started scrapbooking. So I'm super excited about that. And I'm doing my first Facebook Live this Saturday at 9 in the morning using the He's the Man bundle, the whole suite. And I'm super, super excited about that. You know, I take a ton of pictures. All the kids will be here for Father's Day. So, and we have 4 daughters. So it's not very often we get them in the same room because they're all grown up. You know how that is. So, it's not very often we get everyone all together at the same time. So I know we're going to be taking a bunch of pictures. So I am pretty excited to start scrapbooking. So I'm going to be doing some Facebook Lives. If it's a hit and we get lots of people, which I'm hoping for, I'll go ahead and set up a Zoom account and we can all do it together over time. It's just going to be a once a month, the first Saturday of the month. Maybe not 4th of July. It might be the week after that. I don't know what we're doing for the 4th of July yet. And we're just going to be doing some scrapbook layouts. I already know that July's theme will be a wedding layout because we have a big wedding in our family. One of my daughters is getting married in July. So that's exciting. So I know I'm going to be doing some sort of a wedding one, but this time it's going to be a camping and a Father's Day theme. So if you are free Saturday morning, and I know that's difficult for people, it's a really busy time, but if you are free at 9 o'clock, I hope you do join me. Okay, how cute is that? Let's put this to our card front, and then we're going to bring out those sequins again. I shouldn't say to our card front. It's to our card base. So let's go ahead. And, you know, y'all think I'm just adhesive happy. I use so much adhesive. I am over adhesive. And I know that. You don't need to use as much as I do for sure. All right. Want to make sure that's lined up. Ooh, how cute is this one? All right, let's get out our iridescent dies again. And because I do save everything, I'm going to go ahead and use some of these glue dots because we get so many paper pumpkin kits. They are so generous with the supplies they give you. I have probably close to a gazillion of these, well, maybe not quite a gazillion, but I have a lot of these little mini glue dots that they send in the kits. So when I'm attaching sequins, things without adhesive on the back of them, these come in so handy. And they're really easy to adhere. So I'm going to put one right here because I somehow got a little smudge right there. So you just forge ahead when you're making a card sometimes because I'm not a big believer in starting over unless you have to. You can see the static, right? They're bouncing everywhere. You can hide things. You don't always have to start over. Just put a gem over it or a piece of ribbon or stamp or cover it with a piece of paper, Just, there's always a way to make things work. All right, so I think I want 3 here. So I've got the green. Let's bring in the yellow, kind of this mustardy color. Bring that in. Maybe if I wipe my hands on this thing, it'll help. And so this is my second shaker card. So, I would say watch your videos, watch all the YouTube people who've done it and whatnot, and find out what works best for you. There's many different ways to make this card. You know, I got a little smudge right there too, but didn't really want to put one there, but that's where it's gonna go. All right, and so this is today's card. I really appreciate, let me move this out of the way and the dimensions. Put this here for you if you want to screenshot it. Move some of this stuff out of the way. So, let me see, can you even see this here? Ta-da! Anyway, today's card, which I really like the note card size. I just do. I think it's cute. Again, so how else I've seen it made and what I did on the larger one is I did the, I did the window sheet. And then I put another window sheet and then I adhered it. But I don't know that you need that second window sheet. I guess if you really wanted to be cautious, you could. But I don't know. And then this is the larger version here, a little something to brighten your day, which I'll send to a family member because they won't care if that stuff stuck. And then here's a sample I've made in the past. You make me happy. And here's my good luck card that says hello on it that I actually made for St. Patrick's Day and didn't end up sending because I sent all the other ones I had. Anyway, so these are the samples. It is on the retirement list. So please, if you're interested, it'll probably go quick. It's been a very, very popular set. And that's it. So I will see you Saturday if you want to pop in for scrapbooking. And if not, I won't see you next Thursday because I will be hooping it up at Universal Studios. But I'll be posting pictures of my trip and whatnot. Anyway, thanks for popping in. And I will see you all in the next couple of weeks.